gosh.
That sounds like something completely different.
Way
Playing
to take it to the hole, Raven.
On Thomas the Tank. He's got like a basketball court on one of his cars.
Welcome to World Walkers, Refugees of Rhalanas, where we talk about the important topics of our time. I'm
Like
Pedro, the
Space Jam.
GM and creator of World Walkers. We're talking about, of course, what everyone's talking about, World
Space
Walkers
Jam.
Rhalanas, and
And
how,
its relevance to Thomas the Tank Engine.
well, more importantly, Space Jam 2.
There you go. Oh my god, does this mean aliens are coming and we have to play a game against them?
It does indeed.
Is that today's episode? Oh man.
That's
Yeah.
our
I
I
family.
feel like that was just a continuation from last episode, honestly.
It really is, yeah. This is... Jaconis is paving the way. Oh man, I'm sad because I put the title of the episode out and Frankie didn't respond to it at all.
I didn't see it.
Well, thanks.
Let's get the response
Frank.
live.
I don't remember if I saw it. Let me see.
You can. Oh, yeah, no, I saw that.
Oh.
Okay,
That was good.
I was confused because you had your plug in there.
Huh?
But well, Pedro's plug for Kevin was above it, and I missed it.
Oh, yeah.
Because usually the title is at the top, and I'm like, "What are you talking about, Pedro? There's nothing here."
I was like, "He with the Ava reference, all right,
Yeah.
my man."
Mhm. All right. Well,
I'll take to
that. Pull up some more information. Who wants to recap while I stall for time and pull up the last thing I need?
Shit went down. That's the recap.
That's fair. A little longer stall though.
We have learned to fear the effects of the Circle of Death spell.
Thank you for bringing that up. I'm very sensitive still.
Oh my God, Circle of Death is like
It's
watching a puddle fill up.
I brought
it's
watching a
slightly
puddle
larger
fill up.
fireball really has some oomph behind it.
I need someone. Well, someone else talk real quick.
Yo.
Hello.
There are words.
If someone can check the volume real quick, just to make sure
I
we're
did.
good.
Sound is great for most of the players. I
Good.
didn't hear everybody talking, so I don't know if everyone is good, but you're not having the problem of only Pedro and only Pedro.
Cool. All right. Well, everyone's had their chance. No. No.
You're on it by now.
For those that missed, the highlight of the game, obviously, the thing that has rocked the D&D 5e community,
was Space Jam.
that has everyone from Mike Merrill's to the Pathfinder devs talking, has been the casting of Circle of Death by a high level. I'm not going to say 20th level, but
20th level.
Lied.
20th level
I think
caster.
19 and a half.
Right. Hit by a high level Circle of Death for a massive 23 damage.
We miraculously survived.
I told my oldest player who introduced me to the game about the effects of that high level spell and the the effects of the spell, the life changing. Yeah, exactly. The ramifications of the spell. He was pretty pissed. He was like, "Man, I'm glad I didn't end up playing a wizard." So
I don't know why they call it Circle of Death. I mean, it should be just Circle of
It's like
Circle of Damage.
I just can't believe they didn't
Circle
put
of
any
Owl.
other. I can't believe they didn't put any other like effect there. Like if you die, like the finger of death. Like if you die to this, you're dead. Like if you go
Yeah.
unconscious, you're dead. Or like something. It's just it just doesn't damn.
Circle of Annoyance.
Circle of boo boo.
I don't know. A lot of things that can still happen, I suppose. Death,
Now,
not
of
one
course,
of them.
we're really glib now, but I will remind folks that there's a 9th level spell somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, I
pocket of
remember.
this character.
I remember. I'm glad. Yeah.
All right.
Well, we have our special guest, my new plush Evie, to protect us.
Yeah, I feel like there's a story there because you opened it up by saying you had acquired him from a museum.
Oh, yeah. So
Acquired.
Yeah, and
Yeah, so-
everyone's been filling in the blanks on that story.
no, so in Texas, the one good thing about Texas is we have the National Video Game Museum, which I had to go to for an actual research project at college recently. And
Nice.
it's like you can actually play with the exhibits and stuff, and it's dope. I also just got a new exhibit in recently, and it's for the 25th anniversary of the dreaded Mario Brothers movie. They have actual props. They have props from the movie.
Yeah, the boots.
Hell yeah.
I
They have
enjoy
they
that
have-
movie.
They have the boots.
Amazing.
Wow.
Did you trust the mushroom?
It's been so long since I watched the movie. I
Let's
don't
not
remember.
talk about mushrooms today.
Oh, it's true. Too soon. Too soon.
But no. So I went through the gift shop, and for whatever reason, they had a bunch of Japanese imported Pokemon.
Badass.
And I was like, well, fuck. They have an Eevee here. They have an Alolan Vulpix, but I can only get one. So I picked up the $25 plush Eevee imported from Japan.
Yeah, you gotta stay on brand.
Yeah. But the Alolan Vulpix was dope too.
Aw, that would be cute.
That's
It
pretty
was.
sweet.
I was like, well, now my dad was watching me the entire time. Like, are you seriously grabbing a plush? And I'm like, don't judge me.
Oh man, did he not know?
No, he doesn't know anything about my internet life. He knows I like Eevee, and he's like, why are you getting a plush though? I'm like, because
They're nice to hug.
yeah, they hug me, unlike the rest of my family.
Well,
Damn.
TV protect us.
Oh my gosh. It's-
No, but if you're ever in Fort Worth area, Texas, go check out that museum. It's pretty dope.
bouts to be.
Do it.
Do we need to keep stalling or?
No, I'm good. So last we left off, several members of our entourage, the Refugees of Rhalanas, had been banished back to their home world of Rhalanas. The only problem with that is they were previously told that Rhalanas was inaccessible. Paddington, Larix, and Tap have been sent off the world of Menroth, but no one has any idea where they're at. Now, what we've previously been told is that banishment has 1 minute to be broken in order to retrieve their friends. If the spell isn't broken within a minute, they're gone forever. And the clock starts now.
Shit me sideways.
You
All right,
watch.
I pull out my death cannon and I shoot him in the face. It's a critical hit.
It's a great snatch.
Use Circle of Death.
I use Circle of Death on Jaconis.
Let's see.
To make him feel bad about using it.
Yeah, now he. Well, I'm sure he feels bad already. After he cast it, I was like, well, this didn't go well.
You watch as Jaconis disappears instantly.
Are you fucking me?
Matthias, your turn.
Shit. Spells. I need to look at my spells. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire in that general area.
All right. What does Fairy Fire do?
It lights them up.
Yeah,
Yes.
each
Become
object.
detectable.
Yeah, each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light. He can avoid it. I believe. Hold on. But he has to make a dexterity saving throw.
And what's
Light
the
'em up,
difficulty?
Cheetah.
So what? The DC? Hold
Yeah.
on, give me a second. Oh, yeah, it's 15. So
It's
I
a
mean,
deck save?
yeah.
He's a bug. He can make awesome jumps. You might just get out of the way.
Well,
But he is a wizard.
So
He
you
is a-
watch as these multicolored spheres rush out of the paws of Matthias, and they go into the area. Now, who else was around Jaconis at the time?
Nobody. He was away from
Probably
us.
Yep.
because
No,
he was
Eleanor.
away from-
Yeah, he's wherever he was when he did his death.
Yeah,
thing.
because he had kind of leaped away from everybody to watch.
Off to the side. Yeah.
Yeah. Confident in the fact that the circle of death would take the lives of one, if not all, of those who would dare stand within the devastating ruins that would surely end the battle, because Circle of Death has a reputation for anyway.
For death.
So you watch as the lights rush
Would've killed
forward. What's up?
It would have killed Arthur.
Yeah.
Well, Arthur's already dead, so.
For those that have ever lived inside the forest of Rhalanas, fairy fire has a particularly memorable effect because when they come out, they're comprised of the fairy flies that dance through the forest of Rhalanas.
Oh yeah, fond memory of those.
Yeah. And they race around and they just kind of dance around trying to find their target. And then suddenly you watch as the figure of Jaconis lights up.
Sucker.
Yes. Nice.
And
there's another effect. Any attacks against him while fairy fire is in effect have advantage.
yeah,
I am
and
shooting.
Suck
I'm
it to him.
shooting with sharpshooter. Can we roll initiative?
We're in.
we already have an
Are we
issue.
still in combat?
We are
Yep.
initiated.
Never stopped.
Quick
My
question
turn.
on fairy fire.
Sure.
Yes.
How long does that? Does advantage only last on the one attack?
No,
It's
no.
about a minute.
As long as he's
No,
lit
he
up.
gets-
Yeah, as long as he's lit up and the duration is 1
Oh,
minute.
that
So
poor sucker.
you've got 1
Seriously,
minute.
a minute of advantage?
Yeah, a minute of advantage against him. Well, it's
That's
an
a hell
area.
of a spell.
I was gonna say, I think it's just as long as they're in it.
It's
but
it's a 20-foot cube. So if he walks
Ah.
outside of it, but right now, as long as he's in the 20-foot cube for 1 minute, you've got a minute
Yeah.
All right.
to fuck
At,
him up.
at least one round until his initiative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my action. I think I still have my sword out, but that's an action to use fairy fire. So,
All right. Who's next?
He's going again.
well, fuck you.
stupid legendary
And-
action
yep.
bullshit.
And he freaks out and he
Fuck.
rushes out of the fairy fire.
Damn it.
Damn.
And yeah, he moves backwards another 30 feet. And he's on the edge of the gray mist-like portal that he opened.
Oh fuck.
That's all he does.
So we can still see him then.
Yes.
Okay.
Tap.
Yeah.
Tap got teleported.
That's right.
Or
So we're going to do everyone who got banished at the end of the round.
okie doke. Keep us in suspense.
Adrian's gonna throw all of us out of the call.
Kaladar
Christ.
kind of kneels down and he contemplates for a second.
He has a bardic inspiration die.
Mm-hmm.
And a long bow, by the way, not a short bow. So an extra.
Right.
D8 instead of D.
He thinks for a second.
Look that shit up.
He has a crazy look in his eye.
Can I say something to him before he does anything?
Sure.
Kaladar, I know what you're thinking because I would do the same thing. Don't tackle him through that portal.
And he gives you a look.
Is it like reassuring look or just what do you mean?
And he says,
You don't know me.
why?
Because your people need you.
You don't know what's on the other side.
I do. I've been to Athos.
What?
What?
Oh,
Wow.
And he says, he ponders for half a second and he says, if we don't get your friends back soon, he's going in that portal. And then he opens fire.
great.
Phew.
Cool. I think he does more damage with the sword though, since Jaconis did damage to
Oh,
him.
that's right. He's on the ground actually. So he says, yeah. So he changed that. He says, give me
Yeah, he did get
half a
damage.
second.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of feeling this leaning Kugel.
I'm
Or,
glad I've cast Fairy Fire first thing and then it was immediately useless.
No,
we
I
found
had a
out.
whole
Force
different
his
game
hand.
plan had you not cast Fairy Fire.
No, I wasn't
Right.
sure if he had gone invisible or teleported or
he
something.
he was invisible.
I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Fairy
That's pretty
Fire.
true.
That's the only thing I know.
Man,
You know
wizards
what?
suck.
It pays off this time.
Fairy Fire always pays
Yeah,
off.
he says,
Uh,
but with that, he drops the sword, pulls out his, or drops the bow.
He drops the sword. He doesn't need it anymore.
No, he drops the bow, pulls out his sword, and rushes him.
Fuck him up, son.
Fuck him up. like LeBron James did to the Monstars.
It's gonna.
What if he has to train the Monstars?
Make him pee his pants.
Drag him down the steps, son.
Well, actually, no. That's a great idea. What if LeBron has to train the Monstars because the Looney Tunes turn heel?
Oh shit!
They're Looney. They're the Looney Tune Extreme.
Oh, shit. We're coming up with a welcome to our what? Fuck! I forgot the name of the movie already.
Space Jam.
Yeah, Space Jam. Why did I forget the movie of the name of such a great movie?
Because you had something else you wanted to say. What was it?
No,
So
I
he
didn't
rushes forward, brings his sword out,
Ooh.
and crashes into him 3 times.
Ooh.
And you watch as like the final blow rips into his midsection.
Fuck him up.
And he leans close into him and he whispers something into him. And Jaconis, like, his eyes go wide. Give me perception checks, anyone that wants to.
Anyone that's there.
Oh,
Yeah,
natural
I would too, but
15.
17 plus 2 is 19.
12.
Natural 20.
All right.
So,
I can't wait to have perception. God.
You perceived the fuck out of that.
I thought there was no crits on the skill check.
Oh,
There's
I
no,
know.
but
I know.
you're never going to convince a player they didn't crit on a skill check, Data.
No, I know. I'm just excited.
If you listen to the World Walkers, every time
They
someone hits
still call up.
whether it's a natural 20 or a non-natural 20,
I mean,
Enzo goes, critical perception, critical knowledge. Like,
I mean, it's a 24. I'm just assuming I perceive the shit out of it.
yeah. Anyone 15 and above, you see there's a silver glint in Jaconis's right eye.
Oh,
Like, he does not have a natural right eye. It's the same silver, the same gray you see in the portal.
Oh.
Yeah, but he there's something that Kaladar whispers at him, and then he kind of his eyes go wide, and that's when you catch the same gray in his eye that's in the portal.
Okay, I'm gonna hold that knowledge for later.
Yeah, but you watch him almost keel over,
Ooh.
and then
Yes,
Where's
Jaconis.
our? Did he fuck up his concentration?
no, he did not. But you watch as that gray breaks open, the portal explodes, and then you watch as the portal blows open. This huge gust of wind flies through, and then you watch as there were more and more like hands and limbs starting to come out of that portal, and they immediately get sucked in. And the lumbering corpses that were walking around, they get sucked in as well. There's a huge explosion of negative energy that rushes through. And then you watch as Jaconis kind of reaches up, and you watch as his exoskeleton starts to piece itself back together. He does not look as good as he did when he started the fight, but once the energy leaves the area and the portal shatters and there's this huge explosion, Jaconis looks a lot better than he did a second ago. But the portal is shut. And Jaconis like lets out this weird scream and this like this weird clicking noise. He's screaming something in anger that you can't tell what language he's speaking anymore, but something has changed.
Well, can't Val? Doesn't Val still have tongues? Or wait, no, you don't have the on those, right? You never did turn the on this time, no, right?
well, you guys have your helmets too, so
I don't have my helmet, but
True.
I can't understand it. So
Well, if Val had tongues, she could still understand it, but sorry, she didn't have it on. That's right.
Yeah.
So,
I think he's upset.
Who's next in the turn order?
Lyrics.
Yes,
Who is
I'm on
banished.
another
Off-world.
place.
Yep.
Lyrics is having Lyrics is out of
Out
town.
of his life.
So,
Lyrics has gone out of town.
That's a long distance call.
Lyrics, you are standing next to Paddington. Paddington and Lyrics are standing next to Tap. You find yourselves standing in a void. Ahead of you, there's a small church.
Floating in the void?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Slightly off kilter, but still standing in front of you. It's about 50 feet away from you. What are you doing?
About 50 feet, huh? Paddington, did you see this when you got banished?
When you turn to look at him, it's kind of his face is a little vacant.
Vacant expression or vacant face?
Vacant expression.
Okay.
He doesn't respond? Why don't we check out the church? It's the only thing within perception, right? It's a void and a church. I think the path seems obvious.
Let's go.
I think, can we just pull Paddington along with us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think this is that infinite frictionless plane the physicists are always talking about. So glide him along with us.
The Dirac Sea?
What?
The Sea of Dirac or whatever it's called?
Below you, there is ground, though.
Oh.
Papyrus.
What?
Papyrus.
Papyrus.
Like the floor?
Reeds. Woven glass.
Can I make an Arcana check to determine if we're on a demiplane?
It wouldn't be any effect.
Oh.
Can I make a religion check on why the church would be the only thing?
No.
We are in the checkless lands.
Inside the church is Jenkins. Jenkins destroyed Rhalanas. This is my fan.
Lyrics, shall we head to the church? See if we can pull Paddington with us.
Sure.
I'll attempt to lead him behind us.
We're off to see the wizard.
So you start to walk forward, and it takes you a little bit to kind of get close, even though it's only 50 feet away. But as you get closer and closer, you recognize the church. You've been here before.
It's the same church from where we met our
Correct.
gnomish bard friend.
Yes.
Interesting. We never got a good look in this church. We got a good look at the roof, but not at the inside. Is it boarded up like it was as we remember it?
Wait.
What one are you talking about?
Boarded
You're
up
talking
church?
about the one with the mirror in it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, what?
I'm confusing games here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about it too.
You're thinking about the one on Minroth.
Yeah.
Which you are
Gotcha.
not on.
All right. Well, the question remains the same. I guess we have to go in.
You start to walk towards it. What's up?
Well, is there anything written on the papyrus floor, or is it just blank papyrus?
It's like walking on a large sheet.
I sense a metaphor here, but I can't quite place it.
As you walk forward, you're still only 50 feet away from the church. Continue walking. You continue walking. The closer you get to it, the more the floor starts to change. Words start to form underneath you. And you never really get closer to the church. But someone starts to kind of slowly form in front of you, halfway between you and the church. They're wearing an old brown robe.
Punch him.
Oh
Punch
boy.
him.
Oh boy, is this the guy I put to sleep?
They have long, kind of orangish hair in a ponytail, and their shoulders kind of sag. They have their hands in the pockets of their robe, and once you don't ever seem to get, you feel like you're getting closer, though you don't ever seem to. And then once you feel like you're actually kind of close, then you start legitimately moving closer. And then they kind of throw their head back a little bit, and they turn, and they have half glasses on, and they have they have a goatee around them as well, with flecks of white. He turns around. There's a kind of a sorrowful look in his eye. Looks like he's in his late 50s, or maybe he just ages well. Bags under his eye. He turns around. Looks kind of confused. So who are you? And he says, "Oh,
Hi.
welcome back." And he looks over at Paddington.
Paddington's still blank-faced.
What you thought was vacancy is just sorrow.
Can I read what's on the papyrus?
Not yet. It doesn't. It's indecipherable.
Do we recognize this orange-haired man?
No.
Well, I'm Tap. This is Larix, and it seems you already know Paddington.
We met previously.
We were supposed to be sent back to Rhalanas, but I don't recognize this place.
Well, are you from Rhalanas?
We three are.
And he nods and he looks back to the church and he says, "Welcome home."
What happened?
Before you can say that, new round. Val?
All right, running up, and I'm going to scream out Draconis' name. And
You
then,
find yourselves, all of you, in a meta sense, in a very interesting situation, because, you know, the faster you guys wrap up this combat, the faster you might be able to get your friends back.
Mm-hmm.
But the less information we're going to get about Rhalanas.
And the less answers you get. All right, Val, your
But
turn.
they don't know that.
Well, I don't know shit about that.
No,
so
I know. I said in a meta sense.
I'm about to slide in with some scorching rays.
Mm-hmm. Draconis looks cocky and ready for whatever you bring at him.
Shooting the bird first, throws guard off.
All right.
That's my bonus action. 3 scorching rays, come get it.
All right.
He's does a 17 hit.
Sorry, hold on.
I think this guy had an AC of like 11.
It was like
I hope.
it was between 11 and 13. It was like 11 or 12.
really
I think. It was
low, yeah.
13.
He was
hit him.
definitely a wizard.
Yeah, we understood he was a wizard by how we're not dead yet.
Mhm.
All right, give me a second, Frankie.
Yep.
Oh, I've got to ask, did my familiar go with me or was it summoned? What happened with it?
It stayed behind.
Oh,
There's just a bat freaking the fuck out over here. It's just like flapping all over. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Just flying in a circle above us.
It's running into walls. It's really sad.
Okay, well, you didn't bring it. You cast what you call it?
Scorching ray, 3 rays.
Okay.
The first ray was 17 to hit.
Yep.
Second ray was 16.
Okay.
The third ray was 25.
All right. All hits.
All right. That's a total of 2, 4, 6, 8.
Well, now for the
11.
purposes of concentration, it's 3 separate attacks, 3 separate
Right.
checks.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first
Should have
attack.
Passed all 3.
Okay, well, 16 damage altogether.
Okay.
Bummer.
He can't resist it either. So as you cast ignore resistance to the damage.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he could be immune to it though.
Yeah.
I mean, how many bugs are immune to fire?
That's fair. Maybe a fire bug.
Only one way to find out.
Honestly, Raven, I haven't really experimented with that. Tell me, what have your findings been? With burning bugs.
Fire ants burn.
All right, so he takes all 3, and then he just smiles at you.
It's
as much as a bug can smile.
What? I'll just look at it and think, what are you smiling about?
Did you rush up on him to do it, like in his face?
No, I moved up.
Okay.
I didn't move up to him, but like I was already further back because I was at the house, remember?
Yeah.
You moved within range, you mean?
Yeah, I moved up because he had jumped back 30 feet, so I had to get closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then he's going to cast. Go ahead and give me a
Charisma save as he casts a second circle of death.
Please be a charisma save. I can do a charisma save.
God, is he gonna banish all of you again?
This guy ain't got nothing on me.
concentration check.
So.
I mean, Constitution save.
26, natural 20.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ!
Damn.
This guy's got to be so pissed off. this little group of level 5s just will not go down.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
I'm sorry. I can't help it that
I mean, literally, the banishment. 3 of us rolled natural 20s against the banishment.
Yeah.
Like that was ridiculous.
Oh, that was the only time I didn't roll good.
I rolled a nat
18
one,
damage.
but I wasn't.
I'm sorry, what?
18.
Oh shit! After passing, or whatever.
Yeah.
Good thing you.
Oh yeah, I go down.
Jesus.
Oh shit! All right, so he just like,
Finally
makes a little bit of a, and then
I'm
he
next.
opens up his mouth, and then there's this huge like cacophony of crashes, and shatter goes off.
Oh no!
wait. He can cast 2 spells.
What do you mean?
Well, like he did
Was
something.
Shatter his second action?
No, he. Yeah,
Or was
he's
that the thing that downed Val? The
Well, this is a new round.
Yeah, he's got a legendary action and an action.
Did he
So this
cast
is
shatter?
Yeah,
Pedro,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did he break my focus?
I think that's magical. I don't think it breaks into magical items.
A creature. No, it's a non-magical object that isn't worn or carried. What are you asking me, Dad?
I was just wondering, like, what did he do that knocked Val out?
Shatter.
Shatter.
Okay, sorry, that was my misunderstanding. I thought he did something and now was casting Shatter. So never
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
No, sorry. He was like shatter. Sorry, descriptive text to explain shatter. Sorry.
No, it's great text. I just
No. Okay, so yeah, you watch him shatter. Yep.
And then
It all shatters.
And then after that, he kind of turns and just smiles and looks at Kaladar. After that is Kaluma.
didn't
put a fire in his butt.
I've lost my hunter's mark, so I gotta cast a new spell.
Oh.
Murder that fool.
I'm gonna cast Healing Spirit.
Oh,
That was
nice.
Spell.
Very nice.
Yeah, my man's.
That's a bonus
I was just gonna cast Healing Word at 3rd
Same.
level. So
I mean, I just have 1st level, but I can bring it back up.
Shoot!
with Healing Spirit, let me double check.
That's like a range one, isn't it?
It is. It goes out to 60 feet in a 5-foot cube.
Nice.
And I'm just gonna congeal over Val. So Val, you're gonna get a D6 hit points back.
Hell yeah!
Nice.
It's gonna be 1 point.
That's all I need.
Brings her up now.
Catch yourself before I fall over completely. Woof.
Funny you should say that because my healing spirit is a dog.
Hell yeah.
So I'm gonna now.
Have a dog.
I have a dog.
Dogs are important.
Please tell me it's one of those saving dogs that has a flask of whiskey or the barrel of whiskey on his neck.
It is not a Saint Bernard.
Damn.
That's just what you need when you're trying.
I'll just go down instead.
Yeah.
A depressant.
Not worth.
Well, what kind of dog is it? I need to know.
Irish Wolfhound.
Nice.
Okay.
So
that sounds adorable. I'm in.
All right.
They are big dogs.
I am going to attack Chaconis, sharpshooter on both shots. Fairy fire is gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does a 15 hit?
Yep.
Both shots hit.
Oh, get fucking.
Get that plus 10 to both.
So I only do 14 damage for both shots.
Wait, for both or each one is 14?
No, 14 and 14, so 28 total.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Very
It means
different.
the DC of the concentration check is only 14.
Yeah, no, but that's still better than it being.
Damage is damage.
I know, but they're both ones.
Just like in Final Fantasy, make them spam healing until you can wear them down.
Yeah, no. It's all he's got to do is fail one of them. That's it.
How much was it?
Each was 14, so 28 total.
All right.
Not my best shot.
All right. Yeah. So you let loose, and he feels both of them. Even though like it wasn't your best shot, both arrows connect. And he just peels back and just looks ferocious, and he's definitely eyeing you.
And maintains his concentration.
Checking now.
Oh, by the way, guys. Kaluma points to the dog and says, "Dog."
High intelligence.
Yeah, you're high intelligence.
Is the dog smarter than you?
Possibly.
The rest of the group rips back into existence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hooray! We got no questions answered whatsoever.
We got 0 questions answered.
Well,
But that's fine. At least
be
Let
that
us
one.
back!
Couldn't you have waited just a little longer?
No.
Stay.
And with that, Chaconis hisses one last time, disappears.
Bugger off.
We hear the pop. Ah, shit.
That's not a good sign.
No.
We don't see any mist.
Nothing.
He just left the world?
Crabbed.
Mhm.
He used a proper teleport.
I can cast the
Actually-
fairy fire just to make sure.
He's fucking
Can I make an
gone.
Arcana check? Hearing that pop.
Yep.
I'll make one.
I'll do
I
that
too.
too.
Yeah, I
That's a
mean,
nope.
I'm gonna
That's
do
an
it.
8. And a 20.
that's a note for me.
12.
That is
This die is doing amazing for me. It's another nat fucking 20.
Great, because I got 0.
druid. Woo.
Yeah, I'm a druid though, so
Druid who knows a lot
so
about
it's actually 19.
Several of you feel pretty confident to teleport.
Hmm.
That's a familiar pop.
Okay.
Wonderful.
And Kaladar's looking around for him.
He's gone. He left.
What?
I think he left.
And he
That
takes his sword and
was a
throws it
teleport.
to the ground.
It's back. Can he teleport back? Do you have any wards against it here?
We don't have any wards against him here in the Desert Kingdom, and he slams his fist into the wall. We scared him off.
Now, hold on a minute.
Maybe he will be back.
He'll be back.
A teleport only works if you can see the place you're going. He's somewhere within sight.
No.
Not
Right?
teleport. That's Misty
Yeah,
Step. teleport can take you fucking
As long as he knows
miles.
where he's going.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've been friends with enough stupid fucking wizards.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna give a healing word to Val.
He looks over.
That is also what I wanted to talk about as well.
What?
If we're out of combat, I just have Miki running around just barking and yapping at each of the players, giving them a D6. So everyone's getting a D6 every round.
Oh,
This
okay.
dog is just running around and like
I was
licking
gonna
you
use a
guys,
couple hit.
yapping.
I was gonna use a healing surge for a couple hit die.
Oh, by all means. I mean, I've used the spell, so I've got a minute of healing to give you guys.
Actually, well, wait, no. That's
Well,
a short
the
rest.
creature doesn't move, does it? It appears in a space.
As a bonus action, I can have it move, and if it passes the space of somebody, they get it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So yeah, this dog is just like running around, giving heals.
D6 healing. Oh boy.
No, it's a crazy spell because one thing is that it does not take Data's action to choose when it heals someone. So I cannot run into Data's creature space and go wee and heal. First off. Second of all, outside of combat, it massively heals. So you guys don't need to short or long rest for healing purposes anymore.
Nice.
Wait,
Wow.
So I'm at full health now?
2.
Eventually.
Okay. I'm just going to put myself all the way up.
Oops.
Yeah, I mean, it basically does 10d6 healing every cast.
For everybody, by the way. So
wait, how much did it give us?
We'll do 10d6 per minute.
And along with my own healing, I'm at full easily.
I just used 3 hit die and then that, and I'm at full.
Well, I naturally heal every turn anyway.
Yeah.
So
good.
Good boy.
So does everyone get 10d6 or is it?
No, it's kind of like not worth counting for the most part.
So I'm full then, we'll say.
Yeah, let's just say we have a discussion and
cool.
The dog's running around.
Well, yeah, while we're talking, the dog is kind of like...
Yeah.
It's Zero from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nice.
Yes. Kind of.
Hey, baby. Do you want to show them your haircut? You guys got to see your haircut. Come here.
Oh, yeah.
Willow.
It looks wonderful.
They like it.
Yeah.
What do they call that?
She's waving at Frank.
Hey, Willow.
You gonna say goodnight?
Good night.
Say it in the microphone.
Good night.
Is a snowman.
Good night.
Good night.
All right. See you later.
My Eevee can beat up your snowman.
Evie says he loves your snowman, and that's all he said.
Good night, Willow.
They say good night.
To you and your snowman.
That snowman better watch itself.
All right, so, Kaladar looks furious, and he's like, I can't believe I did that, and he's just like walking up and down the castle hall, just like, it's the first rule of combat with a wizard is that you don't let them get scared. You don't let them get scared. What did I do?
What could you have done to not scare him?
And he turns around and he's like, you let the wizard think they're going to win. The first chance a wizard gets, they run. That's all a wizard can do is run away. Every wizard packs one of the stupid fucking running spells. A wizard never comes out of their hole to fight, and a wizard never stays long enough to die.
Do you think you went back home
let this one slide?
Do you think you went back home on this plane?
Probably.
Yeah, he went back to go convince the other stupid bugs on some new plan.
We had to get the people out of the desert.
Is this conversation? Yeah, this conversation's in common.
Yeah.
All right. For starters, how did he get in?
Out of Athos?
What is Athos?
It's a whole nother world.
It's a world of... Is it like all dead people?
No, Athos is. Well, you guys are from. What'd you say, Rhalanas?
Yeah.
Right.
So Athos is a desert world where, it was a beautiful world, and then a bunch of wizards got greedy, and as far as I understand it, they sucked the life out of it, and
now it's a bunch of dead people.
No, get away from the dead. I don't know why there's dead people coming out of holes in my castle. I don't know about that part. Like, I just know that it's a big old desert world, and everyone there is psionic.
Oh, but you're saying he didn't just walk in. He opened a portal.
He opened a portal, and you're not supposed to be able to leave that world. So that guy's not just good at his job.
Yeah.
Well, at least we know where these new Thrycreen are from.
Yeah.
I think at least he is.
You think the others might not be?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're going to kill them all anyway.
But we have to get the people out of the desert so they don't get killed.
We can't leave the desert. This is our home.
I think
out of being outside the city.
Oh, you mean we need to get them back in the city?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They're not safe outside.
Why?
Because they can just be attacked up there if they come.
Yes, we need allies. We can't turn to Arcadia.
Why not?
I don't know what it's like where you're from, but it's pretty politically complicated here. The rulers of Arcadia, it's bad.
Doesn't matter. They're trying to take the whole world. That affects them too.
Yeah, but the ruler of Arcadia is a dragonborn named Balazar. He's politically aligned with the dragons of Malthanos down below.
Oh, what?
Dragons could help.
I don't know what any of that means, but he sounds like a dick.
Dragons would be very helpful.
Long ago, there was a mountain called Dragonhorn Mountain. And these adventurers from another kingdom down below came up here, busted the dragons out, and aligned themselves with them. They helped conquer the southern part of a whole nother continent in exchange for power up here. They took half of our island and then the southern half of the continent down below and formed a pretty terrible alliance.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if we can go take over their world?
What was that?
What if we could convince them to go take over their world?
It's getting pretty murky at this point. I don't know what's worse anymore.
So you say you need allies. We're dealing with magic users here. You people in general don't seem to be overly fond of magic users. But it seems like that's the domain we're walking in now.
Why don't
you need wizards on your side?
Why don't you get that guy Leviathan?
Yeah, you said there was a magical college near here, guarded by or run by Leviathan, right, Val?
Yeah. Leviathan School of Magic or something like that?
It's not a bad idea.
Right. As much as it may pain you to make allies with wizards,
no, I'm not against the wizards. I'm against shitheads.
Oh, that's right.
Tomato.
Leviathan's not a bad idea. I used to have an old friend who's retired. He might help us.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys held yourself in the fight. We might not need anybody else, but you guys too. But problem is, got a lot to figure out.
We need a plan.
That's exactly it. When this guy comes back, we're not going to know what to expect from him.
Right.
I feel like he'll be better prepared.
That's exactly it.
We need to be.
Yeah, he won't be casting that one spell again. That didn't do shit.
It didn't do anything to us, but like he could, and that range is pretty good though.
Yeah, and I'm not fond of that banishment spell either. I concur with Paddington, though. We have much to talk about Rhalanas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Are you actually went there?
Let me talk to my people. I've got to confer with my people. You guys talk on your own. Let's meet up tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with that, he turns around and walks down the hall to get people back together. And he says, "Oh, the southern quarters are yours."
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay. If you need any help, let us know
immediately.
All right.
Okay, so we are going to sleep in the tiny hut so that guy can't teleport inside, okay? Yeah, okay.
So within the next 2 hours, the castle pretty much fills up immediately. Pedro shuts off Discord so that sound doesn't carry over again. People rush in immediately and they help you guys get situated. Guards fill in, areas get locked down. The southern quarters, you find out, is like an entire fourth of the castle. They're thinning out the castle. They're making sure there's not a lot of people in here. Most of the people that are in here are forced to wear metal helmets. Kaladar's plan seems to be to make sure that most people are not in the castle so that as few people as possible can be mind controlled. A lot of the guards are being put on guard duty outside of the castle to protect the city itself. Whatever's happening,
all sounds pretty reasonable.
Yeah, whatever's happening, your guys aren't really privy to it too much, and you're given a quarter of the castle to make your own plans. Food is provided to you, but you're not really put into contact with the guards too much unless you ask for it. So you're given a section of the castle, and given about 2-3 hours of time where you're not able to talk too much because of all the chaos. It settles down, and then you're able to meet. The door's shut. You guys set up your first hut, and then Paddington turns around and says, "So we need to talk. We need to talk now."
Hey, what's going on?
What happened?
All right, so as a preface, it sounds like we were sent back to Rhalanas.
What?
Yeah.
Rhalanas consisted of a blank void of...
What? No, that's not Rhalanas.
It is Rhalanas.
It's what's left of it.
What?
Okay, go on.
What do you mean?
It was a parchment and a church.
Church?
Parchment.
It looked like a story was weaving as we walked along it. It's like Rhalanas has been distilled down to almost nothing. But a blank story.
Who was in the church?
We were sucked out before we... Yeah. His concentration broke before we got in. However...
We kept walking and we couldn't get there.
Who was that man, Paddington?
When I first got there, he told me his name.
Which was?
Said his name was Hobson.
Hobson.
Do I know that name, P?
I don't know. You can do a check or something like that.
What kind of check would I have to make?
What kind of check would you even where would you want to rack your brain on it?
Sleight of hand.
Sure. We could maybe. Well, I mean, Hobson.
Did I write his name down at any time?
No, sleight of hand might be like a streetwise check or something like that if you want to do.
Sure, I guess I'll roll that. It's better than my Arcana.
Yeah.
Can I make a history check on that?
Oh yeah, can I make history also?
My hands fucking fall off. Apparently, I rolled a 1.
That's good. That's a 23.
When he says the name out loud, anyone can make a check in any section they want to.
I only got a 15.
Roll 20.
Should have rolled intimidate.
23 for history.
And you don't have to make a check if you know the name because of your character's backstory or something either.
Yeah.
I don't think Matthias would recognize the name. He lived in the forest, too isolated.
Me personally, it sounds familiar to me for some reason, but not my character.
There was Hobbs Bouin, a city down below.
Right. Yeah, so. So I was 23 for history. So
history?
Not bad. Yeah.
Let me see something.
The Lord Almighty Hobson.
Hobson. Does sound vaguely familiar.
Okay, use the restroom. Be right back.
See you, Frank.
He wasn't related at all to Holkins, was he?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So my character wouldn't know him. Of course, if Paddington's going to explain in a second who he is, where he comes from, and what his significance is.
So it's Paddington's kind of like racking his brain too. And he's like, the name sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what bothers me. I don't leave the forest.
Did it sound familiar to me at all then, or no?
What did you said you wrote? What'd you roll?
History for 23.
Sounds familiar, but you can't remember. You don't know
Still
why.
not. Man, that was rolling a 17 too.
And I don't think you cross paths with Paddington's life, do you? Like you're a noble from Corsetto.
Yeah, no. He's from Paddington. Okay, yeah. So
I rolled a 19 intelligence to see if I could recall ever hearing Paddington.
19 intelligence?
Yeah, to try to recall Paddington ever mentioning him or.
You don't recall Paddington. The name rings, but not from Paddington.
Oh, where have I heard that name before?
But you've heard it,
huh?
What'd you have, Raven?
I had a 15 history.
It itches.
I'm back.
Frank, what was your sleight of hand?
Found out nothing.
One.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
His head falls off.
I mean, +3, so I guess 4. It was bad.
Got him. That's your end.
His life is laid out before you as if reading from a book.
The frustrating part of this is I am an abjuration wizard. This should be my specialty, but I'm just not powerful enough.
But yeah, it's all sitting there on all of you, but
you don't know anything about him or anything?
No.
We'll ask the king tomorrow.
I think he will know?
The king?
I mean, he knows. He seems to.
He's been to Rhalanas.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What have I got to lose? I'm just going to roll intelligence, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Pedro, my character doesn't know anything, right? Just going to roll a flat intelligence.
Yep.
This is what the dice will say. No, I don't think Matthias would know this.
Well, the best I can get is a 17.
That's true. Wow, you have -3. Oh.
-1.
Perfect.
Doesn't just recall, he forgets someone's name.
Not sure you can spell it.
Man, you know more about him than Frank over here.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Anyway, to wrap up the description, all that was in Rhalanas was this storyboard walkway, the ancient church that we first visited as a team.
Wait, there was a church we went to?
Yeah, the church where the void creature escaped.
Void creature?
Void? And wait, you said it was a void creature and you were in a void?
Well, we were in a featureless infinite plane of parchment.
Maybe the creature did it, and that's why the church is there.
Yeah, I didn't mean a void so much as it was void of anything but the church.
With the
But make of that what you'll make. Church, Hobson, parchment flooring with stories writing as we walked. And that was everything. That was all of Rhalanas' existence, as far as we could tell.
What?
Oh, drat. I'm done.
And I guess I would also relay like the couple of words that Hobson got out before we got sucked out.
Daddy, you got something?
I mean, probably not.
Okay.
But I do have like that whole detecting outsiders and other planar existences, just if they're around.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I've also got the detect portal thing. But,
Okay.
There's a portal right underneath you.
I mean, alternatively, hypothetically, I could try scanning you guys, make an intelligence check to figure out what happened. But I think we already know how that's going to end.
Actually, I just realized something. Mabel, you can send messages. Can you send a message? Well, not right now, but tomorrow. Could you send a message to someone whose name I know and I can describe?
I don't think so, but let me look.
Yeah, do you have to personally...
I send a message to a creature with which I am familiar, and I would that...
Dang it, why didn't you get sucked into the portal?
I'm guessing that doesn't count as familiar.
You know what?
Don't worry, I'll fail next time on purpose.
All right, I need to learn message next level.
Yeah, it's been pretty
Pedro.
All right, what's up?
Sending.
I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm just going to describe what Kaluma's doing to troubleshoot to figure out how to make this work.
Okay.
Kaluma's just going to tell the group, stay. All stay.
Okay.
Tap leaves.
Are you Are you going somewhere? Where are you going?
Portal?
Don't bother explaining. Just act heedlessly.
Portal? You going to look for at this portal?
You do you, man. We'll hold down the fort.
And
you're going to investigate where it was? Oh, is he gone?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Like as Val was saying, you do you. Kaluma's walking off to look to where you guys were banished. Maybe he can, I don't know, be smart.
Okay.
Interesting. All right, so we can't use sending. Lyrics, what about you? Can you reach someone in their dreams if you know their name?
It be on the same world.
Well, you know how that always ends up.
Oh my God.
I'm casting a lot of options here.
You don't want to kill them, probably.
I'm a wizard. We consider everything a possibility until someone dies.
I'm heading over to look at Kaluma.
Several people have died from me doing that, so
far, all of them. We have seen. Don't do that to me, please.
Are you sure?
I will keep my dreams by myself.
Are you trying to use detect portal?
Yeah, let's use it finally.
Yeah, that one I don't think works with teleport because teleport doesn't create a portal. But I'm double checking.
Planar portal within 1 mile of you.
I'll say if it's teleport, yeah, that one's still on the same plane.
So probably not.
Yeah, that one does not work. But yeah, you do go to at least explore.
Yeah, I'll make an investigation check.
Yeah. All right.
I will take my passive investigation before I roll.
What's your passive?
10.
All right, yeah. So you do take your time to investigate the area, but you don't really come up with anything after a few minutes of a thorough pad footing.
Wall.
Okay, what are the rest of you up to?
Does Lyrix's dream talking thing work across planes?
Oh. And in what capacity? What are you trying to do?
Well, I'm just wondering if Lyrix can, because he is familiar with this person since he's talked to him.
No, it has to be on the same plane.
Same plane? Ah, bummer. Okay. All right. Well, I'm out of ideas.
Yeah, but so sorry, we did interrupt though. So you guys were all talking, you were sharing what happened, and you guys were asking Paddington about his first trip.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said that his name was Hobson, and he had said that was all that was left of Rhalanas. He said that. Said he was trying to get inside the church, but he couldn't. He couldn't reach it.
Huh.
So he wasn't the keeper of the church or anything. He was in the same boat we were.
Yeah,
Oh,
the keeper's dead.
I was confused because he said it was his church.
His church. Now, just to double check, this isn't the keeper that we killed, right?
No, wait, what?
Moving
Yes.
on. That was meta. to be clear.
Okay. I was like,
You're revealing a lot of truths to Paddington.
yes.
Tap likes hyperbole, but that's a bit much, yeah.
So
His church.
No, it was not that priest from the church.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the priest was the guardian of the church for the moment. At least we think he was. He said he was.
So
We also found out he wasn't quite truthful, though, so. He said it was his church.
he said it was his church. So
One thing I do remember from what the priest said was that this church was, he said it was older than Rhalanas itself, or that it predates.
That was before the path, I think, right?
Right. The church predated the path and almost everything else on Rhalanas.
and then
Everything was
that's when
built
you
around-
come back
the church
in,
was built around.
Kaluma.
Okay.
Yeah, you come back in at that point, Kaluma, after investigation.
All right.
So we know the church, the portal in the church, that
There's-
mirror.
There's a portal.
What?
Well, not the.
I mean the mirror. The mirror was
It
No,
might-
the church was built around the mirror.
exactly the mirror. The mirror was older than the church itself, and the church is ancient.
If there's a portal, can't this guy find it and take us back?
Yeah.
But there's a portal on Rhalanas.
We only ever know
And it
of a
might not be
monster
a-
coming out of the portal.
We don't know if it's a portal to other worlds. It might be a portal to the future, though.
It might have just been a medium as well.
Medium.
Like how?
There's a lot of
like,
things we
well,
wish
then
we knew about the mirror.
Is there something smaller than it then?
Smaller than what?
Well, if it's medium, then how small or how big
No,
can we get?
a medium, like something used to kind of a conductor, like
A facilitator.
So it plays
facility.
music.
no, like
It is what you use to do something.
yes.
It's a tool.
Hands.
Yeah.
It's like
Essentially, yes,
it's like a wizard
okay.
wand.
Yeah. It's like when you're making cookies. You
Go
use,
on.
You use eggs to help solidify and make the shape of
It's a pan.
It's shaped like a pan.
Oh, okay.
Since they have cookies.
At any rate.
All right, so cookies.
Just tell me
It's
what it
curious
does.
that church would be
No,
left.
no comparison. What does it do?
Oh no! It is supposed to
see the future.
show you, like your choices, what they will do.
Yeah, it was used to foretell the future.
But something came out of it.
It's a psychic.
It's old enough.
It's a psychic mirror.
I don't know.
That might not be its only purpose.
Something came out of it.
Portal.
I don't.
We know of at least one thing using it as a portal. So this mirror has a bunch of balls in the air. Yeah.
It's a juggling psychic mirror.
But it was broken. So it was broken, so it does not work anymore anyway.
Oh, who cares?
I think I need to profess an overfondness of
And
metaphors.
nobody can fix it if everybody is gone.
We don't know if it hasn't been fixed.
It doesn't matter. It's probably not there anymore.
And if it is,
the only
get
thing that's
in.
there anymore.
Pedro.
Schrodinger's portal. Oh, sorry. What's up?
Does church ring any bells with Kaluma?
Give me half a second to think realistically. Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
No, yeah. That's a totally divorced scene.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, one thing we did find out is that we can get safely transported or banished to Rhalanas and survive.
Well, was it
Not
safe if there's nothing there?
Nothing
safe.
seemed-
I didn't
nothing
feel safe.
seemed-
You could not live there. You would not be able to eat or drink or do anything, maybe.
But we didn't die immediately, so that's a plus.
I don't see a problem with all that.
Or you might die slowly.
Yeah, not safe. No go.
No.
Okay, so
Or stay.
Fix it.
did you find anything else while you were there the first time, Paddington?
He kept talking about trying to find Zell.
We would love to find him
You
again.
know
as-
Zell?
Zell.
Zell, the Guardian.
So he seemed to think he was still around.
That rings a really weird bell for you because you know Zell. Zell is the archdruid. Do you know? Have I already talked to you about this? Kaluma?
Not Kaluma. No, but
Okay.
I figured it would be out there with like the Guardian information.
No, so Kaluma, you know Zell. Zell is he's the druids on Menroth. Like if you want to be a druid, you have to answer to Zell and the Council of Druids.
Okay, then
Yeah, Zell. You know Zell? Does he come here?
You know the Guardian? Or at least know of him?
I thought he was from Rhalanas.
Yeah.
You have no idea why they're calling him the Guardian. They don't know who he is. They got excited, but they're wrong. It happens.
Look at these wrong fucks.
So you know Zell?
Zell.
That got me.
Wait,
These
what does
wrong
he do?
fucks.
Yes, we know his name.
Pointing at bear number 2, as you know him as Matthias.
Yeah, he met him too.
Are you saying he's a druid?
Yeah, Zell.
Oh God.
Zell's not a druid.
He's a guardian.
He's the Guardian.
He's a guardian, yeah.
Well, this seems to be the only lead we have so far.
But if he comes here, he sent us here, right? Or sort of, so maybe
Quiet.
we can get back. Well,
That's rude.
why? Okay.
He steps in front of Mabel.
How would Kaluma know him if he's from
Kaluma
Rhalanas?
doesn't know him. Kaluma's just being rude.
It's okay.
Zell, here.
No, it's not okay.
No. Zell. Druid. Zell Druid. Big Druid.
Okay, but where?
All right. Well, now that that's settled.
So you're saying there's another guy named Zell on this world?
Well, for all we know,
he pats Val. He's like, "Thank you. That helped a lot, actually. Thank you for getting through this with us. This could have been really painful. There's probably people with same names in this multiverse. Oh God!" He just takes a seat. This could have been really bad. Okay, guys. We should remember that there might be like more than one of someone. There might be like 2 Paddingtons.
Probably not.
2. Thank you. That means a lot to me. But like for real, there might, from now on, slowly like brings his back against the wall.
But maybe we should see if it is the same one.
Sure. But I mean, like, let's not rearrange our lives. Thinking
maybe.
Also, he said he's a big important druid, and I would like to talk with this big important druid. So,
sure, yeah.
And if he is really big important, maybe he is strong and can help us.
He might have information.
Yeah.
And if
we do got to bring up something else real quick too.
What is that?
It's the awkward conversation we're going to have.
Okay.
What's awkward?
At what point are we going to... At some point, we're going to have to decide if our paths diverge from Kaladar's.
Right.
Oh.
I'm not saying it should. I'm saying at some point, we're going to have that conversation.
Well, we cannot even really go home right now, so...
It is true that we have... We are helping him in exchange for something which we honestly don't have much use for anymore.
Correct. And we just need to be honest with ourselves. I'm not saying we should leave him. We just need to be honest about what we're trying to do here, because we could, if we're not honest about this, then at some point we're going to become listless. We're going to become directionless. And then when it's time for our resolve to build, when it's time for our resolve to be tested, we're not going to have it.
I think we should keep helping him, because if at least Jaconis is as powerful and strong and has all of the stuff he wants to do, he could get this world and then come to other ones too. So even if Rhalanas did get better, what if he came to ours too?
I would concur that Jaconis is a threat to us as well as the king at the moment.
And the king is going to help us get something to go home. What if it can also take us back? We need something that can take us there, but we can still get back if we need to.
But we should also consider this. Jaconis is a power-hungry bug who thinks he can conquer worlds, and he had trouble against us.
That is true.
I'm not saying he's not a threat, but we just need to be realistic and understand what we're going up against. And this guy had trouble against us. He's not conquering worlds week by week.
But he was alone too, though.
I know. I just want all cards on the table so that we know that this guy is not. He's having trouble with a desert today. He's not taking this island tomorrow. This world next week, and then.
True.
We just need to know, because if we're going to stay here and help Kaladar, we need to know then, why are we trying to reach out to Zell right away? Why are we trying to get home right away? Are we ever trying to get home in the near future? Like, we just need to know. We need to have a very honest talk about what we want, what we're trying to do. We need to know if Kaluma, what do you want to do? Why are you with us? How long do you want to be with us? You know, we just need to have an honest.
Stay safe.
Actually, I might be able to solve this Zell thing. Hey, Kaluma, does the Zell you know carry a big old book?
Pedro?
That's good.
No. Kaluma carries a staff and he talks to the other druids and stuff. He's not the most powerful druid in the world. that's somebody else. He's just a very good leader. The most powerful druid is sealed away and will never be spoken to. But the most wise druid is
this dude.
Yeah.
And I am recalling right that the Zell we met did have his chained book that he never.
He had a chained
parts with, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys were also told a couple sessions ago about its significance, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We were.
This may or may not be the same Zell.
Okay, so I'll throw my cards on the table now.
We should each speak. I agree with that. That's a good idea, Val.
Thank you. I don't feel right just leaving the Desert Kingdom to its fate. It's not even a matter of whether or not we're going to get anything out of this. I don't like the idea of just plopping down in someone's kingdom and then, especially as far as we've gone with helping, I don't think it's right to go, oh, all right.
They need help.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that's what you were saying. I just want to throw out what I feel, and that's how I feel. I think we should stay and help the king and help its people, help the kingdom's people.
Knowing that Rhalanas isn't completely gone is a ray of hope. Yes. I don't think there's anything we can do about it at this moment, but doing something to restore Rhalanas, I think, is my ultimate goal. However, I do think we need to kill Draconis. And I think if we do, that will be enough incentive for the king to bring this nomad to us and give us a cubic gate or something that can keep us home.
Well, couldn't we get allies for both things simultaneously?
You mean through the Leviathan?
Yes.
Maybe.
I don't think we have allies in Leviathan. We just know his name.
Yeah, we just know his name.
Well, we could try to make allies.
Yeah, and I think we should probably do that next in service of taking down Draconis.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the king is right that if he thinks he's going to lose, he's teleporting out of here. So we need to set a trap of sorts.
Well,
that's a bridge to cross.
And we need someone with strong magic to do that.
We need to hold him here.
Someone stronger than me.
At any rate, that is my view. Kill Draconis, find a way to help Rhalanas. Which means finding a way to cross planes and maybe looking up this Zell character, Kaluminos.
I think also because the one from the Horizon Walker said about his book, and he said there are books like Zell's here. Maybe we can find out about them, because maybe that is something, because the book was being weird when he sent us away. Maybe it's something to do with that.
Well, maybe you know about this. Zell carries a book that he keeps chained to his side, and that
stick, big stick.
And no, there's no sticks to the book. It's just a book, man. It's
Zell stick, no book.
Yeah. What happened to you?
Our Zell has book. Your Zell has stick.
So maybe it's different outside.
Okay. Hold on, wait. I'm figuring this out. Okay, we know a guy. His name is Steve. And he has
3 eyes.
Large chunks of metal that are sealed to a thick, large set of papers inside big book covers.
You know what a book is, right?
Do you know anyone here that carries large books with big chains, and you wouldn't, like, not on Arcadia.
I'd probably like. Did I see a library when I was coming back or something?
yeah. Just a regular old library, though. Nothing special.
Then to save time, Kaluma tries to tell you about it. You guys realize that no, it's not what you're talking about. Moving on.
Okay, sounds like Zell's a dead end.
Maybe we still should look into the book theme, because he said that the books are here on Menra's too similar.
That is an interesting connection.
We should see.
The college would probably be the most likely place to find info on that.
As much as I do not want to visit the Druids, maybe we should at least talk to Zell.
About what?
See if he knows anything.
About what?
Usually powerful people know more about certain things.
And that's the only thing that you could probably add to this, Kaluma, you do know that Zell lives on the mainland. So the amount that he could add to like an Arcadian side to the Arcadian side of things might not be prolific.
Mm-hmm.
So you would probably add that into the conversation. So yeah.
Well,
so probably Leviathan first.
You friends with Leviathan?
We can't be friends with Leviathan.
We shall become. We shall ingratiate ourselves.
Because it's worked so well before.
Yeah.
Leviathan only helps friends.
No. Paddington, what do you think of that plan?
Primus. If you're talking about like what we talked about last week, Primus usually only helps friends. Leviathan, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what? Primus what?
He was quoting last week's game where Primus only helps friends. Yeah.
My misunderstanding.
I had given him some information, I think, last week about like people. Yeah. So,
all right, Matthias, Larix, what do you two think? Mabel, you haven't spoken up yet.
I think we should help them, because I think we promised them we would, and they need help. We don't know what will happen to them if we don't.
Well, the one thing we lacked on the prior plan was a clear victory criterion. I think killing Jaconis is a nice, solid thing.
Were we not trying to kill him?
Unfortunately.
Well, we are now. I say we continue on that track.
I think we came into that plan mid-castle run.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Now, obviously. Like that's the plan that emerged, and I think we're set on that now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm game.
If we find allies to help us with this, maybe those same allies will help us with Rhalanas.
This is true. Especially if Leviathan's what they're talking about.
If nothing else, we can get advice.
At least need to be prepared, because I was not prepared for all that. I was not very strong right then, so it would be good to be able to have everything we can to fight him again. Also,
people here seem to travel between worlds a lot more than we did on Rhalanas. Like, we have encountered like 3, 4, 5 people now that have visited other worlds.
I know. Maybe we can start going to other ones too.
That's
we already
been around here long enough.
I'd like to go home. If you guys want to start walking all over the place, that's fine. I'm going home after this.
I think home is the first step, yes.
There.
Pedro, it has been a while, so I'm going to ask this again just to come from a different perspective.
Yeah.
If there was to be one thing that survived a world being shut down, and it is one person and a building, does that give me anything else to go off of? Like, what would be the one thing that would survive a world being shut down.
Like your character kind of just like trying to wrap that around his head.
Yeah, he's had like,
Otherwise,
I
a
imagine
rock
this
and roll.
conversation has been going on for an hour since it was discussed. So
I'll tell you this: your character, it's reasonable for your character to sit there and think like. Let me think.
Sit there and drool.
No.
this N4 is going to be a nightmare.
Let me look at your sheet and see if I can pull something from you.
Sure, yeah.
Would we have realized anything about Rhalanas being made as a story?
Asking that question, you can definitely ask for some kind of roll. What do you want to roll?
Oh,
You can roll wisdom.
Can I roll wisdom?
Anyone from Rhalanas can roll wisdom on that.
Okay.
It's gonna go super great.
Hey, what I roll?
Actually, that's not horrible. Just great wisdom. That's a 16 minus 1, so 15.
15.
Oh, nice. 18.
Give me tippy toes.
12.
23.
So since there's a lot of numbers shouted out, just raise your hand 15 and above. Jeez, oh, fucking all of you.
Can't even roll high on my idea.
I'm rolling.
Boy.
I don't even have good
Explain the
wisdom, but I
parchment
rolled a
metaphor.
15.
You know what? You asked the question, Reven. That was the question that needed to be asked.
Yeah. Well, that's because he's the giving tree. So Larix kind of ponders. Larix ponders that question out loud, and everyone goes, "Wait a minute."
Stories.
Yeah, but that does kind of you all kind of think about that for a second, and it does kind of like itch your brains, right? That like several of the people that got banished like seemed like they were walking on a page,
Mm-hmm.
maybe walking on a book.
News stories were important. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe that already like you guys were already thinking about that, but
Yeah, I mean, the words on the page appeared as we moved
Yeah.
forward
yep.
and made progress.
That don't make no sense to Val.
Yeah. Oh.
People's whole life has just been reaffirmed.
I mean, it wouldn't be too big of a jump to say that Rhalanas is still there because its story isn't finished, perhaps.
Maybe,
That
yeah.
is true.
Or
It's
maybe
still being
the story is
written.
being rewritten.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
and then
the book.
something I guess that you could think about too, Kaluma, is like what they were saying is that like their world seems to be gone, but they had also mentioned that their church, like there's a church there that they had said maybe was there before the world was there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, predated the.
Yeah, and so
I don't remember if I ever rolled a religion check on that church. Did I?
Oh, I don't remember. You can roll it now if you want.
Be 24.
I got a 22.
22, Jesus.
Hey, that's awesome.
I actually rolled good for a change.
Give me a second. I actually have to pull up some old notes then. Hold on.
Ooh.
Yeah, we could have avoided all this if I didn't make those shots.
All right.
Yeah, we could have still been there figuring it out for all eternity.
Now, one of the languages I actually speak is Celestial, so if I could have read anything in that church.
Oh, hi, Willow.
So I see a little head.
Bedtime denied.
What's up, Willow? My good night hug? Oh, I didn't know I was going to get.
Oh no! Welcome back.
Good night hugs are always welcome.
That's my good. You're going to go to sleep?
No.
I didn't think so.
That sounds about right,
As
yeah.
long as we don't lie, that's all. Okay.
Her snowman better watch the fuck out. I'm coming for it.
Just let it go.
All right.
No, I won't.
So, yeah,
I hate
22.
you right now.
Yeah.
All right. Where are these? So 3. Okay. That church has been known by several names. That church was once known as Ulman Monastery. That's a really old name for that church.
I mean, that's a fair name.
Yeah.
Considering the mirror.
Yep. That church, that church was once known as Ulman Monastery. That was really old. It had a name before that, though. Long ago, when it was first built, it was simply known as the Church of Wisdom.
Named after the mirror, I presume.
Correct. When it was first built, it was built just to house that mirror. That church was maintained by an older gentleman with a full, well-kept beard. He wore brown robes, and he had a series of wooden beads around his neck, and he wore a large symbol on the back of his robe. He had a series of spheres, much like his necklace, that were on his back. There were 7 spheres on his back, and they had different symbols, right? His name was Father Jacobs.
Okay.
And
It's the one we killed.
yeah, he talked about how he anyone who asked said that he kept the church well maintained for somebody. And you said you wrote a 22, right?
Yes.
He kept the church maintained for someone named Hobson. Hobson was the god of wisdom.
I knew it. I knew it. Who does it?
And lyrics connects the dots.
I would relay any information I remember to the group.
So the god of wisdom couldn't reach his own church?
What the hell does that mean?
It's not a good sign.
Gods are not unheard of on Rhalanas. They're not the craziest concept, but most people find faith in Nox more than any other deity. There is what's up?
No, go ahead.
On Rhalanas, most kind of find faith more in Nox than any other deity. There are those that tend to follow Hobson, but that's a really old religion. Most don't really practice that kind of faith anymore. There's a whole nother set of deities that people do practice, but that those names are kind of really hard to find and dig up. So mostly it's Nox and the Dreaming Tree. So it's pretty hard to remember and dig up someone like Hobson, but yeah, really, really old. And knowing Hobson is the idea that you could also trace back the idea that there's a really, really old name for Rhalanas, and it's the name of Rhalanas translates to the world of fables.
The hell?
It's the idea that like Rhalanas was like the people that believed in Hobson believed that like to believe in Hobson was to believe in wisdom and understanding that life was a series of stories, and that anything that happened in life you could learn from and there was wisdom to be found in any moment in life, and that it didn't matter what sort of stumbling blocks you came across in life, you could always pull some sort of lesson from whatever happened in your life. What's up?
Do you say this stuff out loud at all?
No, this is all Larix, as Larix is kind of thinking and pulling
like,
out. Yeah. Oh, it's up to
This
Larix.
is being narrated by Larix, I assume.
I'm hoping Larix says it all out loud.
Yes.
So what? Because that brings to mind the man with the cart that took my smell.
Wait, what?
Was that Hobson?
I'm sorry. What? Did I miss something?
The man with the cart, the one that made me tiny.
The fruit vendor.
Fruit vendor. What about the fruit vendor?
Tap pulls out a tiny leather sachet.
It doesn't feel right to you. It doesn't feel like that was Hobson. And here's what's interesting is that, like, as Kaluma hears it, he's like, he finds that fascinating. Maybe like he's like, "Ooh, this is interesting. Like it sounds like a good story, right?" But every one of you that's from Rhalanas, in your heart, it doesn't feel right. Not one of you feels like that could have been Hobson.
Maybe he just.
That guy just sounds like a dick.
That guy is an absolute dick. That ain't no god.
That sounds like some kind of trickster.
Okay.
Well then.
And that's kind of the magic of Rhalanas, right? That like if there's some sort of like lesson or fable to be learned, it would have imparted on you. Like none of you. It would almost be fair for Mabel to have never come across that thought. Like she would have, if it would have come up in her head, she would have pushed it away right away. Like like imagine reading a book where like Mabel almost wonders for a second, but no, there's no way she would have pushed that thought into the back of her mind. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. Okay,
almost like a typical story or fable. Like the people of Rhalanas could very easily push that away from their head.
With all that information, would there be any way I could maybe connect and think that the Guardian's Tome is the whole story of Rhalanas?
You're free to ponder that, but you don't have that same sort of story-based satisfaction that connects in your heart.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's again another like almost magical quality of the characters of Rhalanas, where they go, wait a minute, so what if? Like it doesn't feel like that. That feels like some other sort of story-based tangent that hasn't connected to itself, or hasn't connected yet. There's some other thing about that.
Okay.
If we just talked to an ancient, almost forgotten god, I feel like that's an avenue worth pursuing again.
This is true.
Making friends with gods.
We know where he is. We know what he's trying to do. Maybe he could use our help.
But if he can't even get into his own church,
What good is he?
What does that mean?
Oh, I mean, and then Paddington looks embarrassed. He's like, I thought we were going somewhere else with that.
But didn't it feel like we were getting closer?
We got close to Hobson once we put forth enough effort, traveled long enough along the path.
Maybe something about your effort or your travel.
Yeah. Like, if only there were other examples of like traveling and not being able to reach your destination yet. Like if only we had like some type of example from before, like maybe
quicksand.
We need to get 70 stars before we can pass the endless.
No,
it must be this level to reach this.
You actually only need to time your backwards runs and it'll just shoot right past the staircase.
We just need
all right, everyone BLJ at the same time.
Yeah, you actually only need like 2 stars, I think.
Would I have noticed if there was any writing on the ground underneath Hobson or Hobson?
Give me an intelligence check.
Yeah, actually, I was paying attention to the writing as well.
Yeah. Anyone that
It
was
just
paying
says
attention.
help. It's the lyrics to help.
20.
21.
What?
Hey, Frank, quick, tell me who that.
Go ahead and give me a roll. Let's see what happens. Let me see.
Hey, Frank,
4,000.
tell me quick. Who made that song, Frank?
Oh, 4,002.
The
Oh
Beatles.
God, don't thank you. Thank God.
I was hoping you'd fuck that up.
Yeah, well, we just would have been down to 5. He would have taken someone with him, I'm sure. Oh no, 5 actually that would have been right. 5, yeah. So what was it?
I got a 21. He got a 20.
Let me see. Give me half a second. I can tell you exactly what was written under there. Let me look it up.
Ooh.
Exact words.
Yeah, because I was actually paying attention to the writing, trying to read it.
You know the font and the size.
And I would.
It might have been italicized a little bit.
3 words were written
Closed
underneath:
for reproduction.
understanding, wisdom, and healing.
Understanding, wisdom, and healing.
Mm-hmm. And stories. Sorry, 4.
Ah.
Understanding.
The Spanish Inquisition.
And Finn.
Understanding, wisdom, healing, and what now? Stories.
Stories.
And see.
Ah.
And Coach Bombay.
All right. I feel like there are many, many things left unlearned in
Well, then
Rhalanas.
Paddington says this is all good and well, but then it leaves us with a problem.
Yeah.
More
We-
questions.
Just one?
We just created 2 paths.
If this
Are we
path
trying
help
to
us
pursue-
do the next?
Right? Are we trying to pursue Hobson and our world, or are we trying to stay here?
Why can't we do this one first, that one after?
Well, we could, but it feels like, what if they're time sensitive?
Pedro.
What's up?
What?
Night raids with the party?
No. No.
No.
Not
No.
Wait,
Night
what?
raid. Night
said
raid
night
split the
raid.
party.
Why not?
No.
Scatter.
Night raid.
Champion of the daytime.
I'm pretty
I-
sure. Oh, go ahead, Frank.
No, go on. I think you're going to say the same thing I am. Yeah, the floor.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just. You know what? Because this is out of character. Hey, how would Kaluma feel about bringing these guys in the direction of the secret kingdom of elves, so that he can talk to the Horizon Walkers, and
Totally up to
inform
him.
them of the new. What?
Totally up to him. I think you know your character enough now to know, like, it seems like there's a lot of heavy shit floating around.
There is, but what I also want to check, because what I'm not sure of is, I was under the assumption that the elves, well, they obviously keep to themselves, but what I don't understand is, like, is it guarded they keep to themselves, like no outsiders whatsoever, or is it just, we don't look at other people, but if they come to us, like, oh, outsiders.
Well, the way it works is the city of Morgan is always moving. It's not that they keep to themselves, it's that you can't find them. Does that make sense? Like,
You know what? That's great.
yeah,
that
you
answers my
can't.
question.
They don't have to hide. You cannot find them unless they want you to find them.
Then I'm
but-
thinking. Oh, go ahead.
Hold on 1 second.
Are you going to get a secret message?
Anyway, Paddington says, I I don't think we can allow either one of these venues or these avenues to split us. I don't think we can allow either one of these to leave our grasp. I think we have to pursue both.
I think so too.
I agree.
Sequentially.
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Do you mean the Leviathan?
I think we have to stop Draconis. I think we have to find out what the hell happened to Rhalanas.
Yes.
Are you
I
talking
concur.
about splitting?
I'm talking.
Nope.
I'm talking about splitting.
Nope.
Really?
Why?
Mm-mm.
Well, who would go where? And where would we go?
Let's talk about it. We gotta split. There's enough of us.
Ah,
I
stay
know-
safe.
I know which
Stay
path.
together.
I know which path I would
In
go
that
down.
last fight, we were split half the time anyway. Who are we joking? We can do this.
You're right, that is true.
I know which path I need to go down.
What are we looking at?
Which one?
I need to figure out what happened to Rhalanas.
What are you going to do, Paddington? What do you want to do?
I don't think that you put me on the team. It's going to enter negotiations.
So you're going to say,
Draconis it is.
so you're going to say and fight Draconis?
I think I fight Draconis.
Okay.
So,
Elves help, maybe,
Draconis?
maybe,
Fighting him? Maybe, okay.
but
So,
would need you to come with me.
more?
More?
How far away is it?
I'm not so hard on
the
numbers.
Let's
How-
talk to Kalidar and see what we can pull off.
Yeah.
So who is going? So where are we going? We are going to Leviathan. Ones who are going to
I'm
try
a
to
wizard.
find out.
I'll be going to investigate Rhalanas.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Val?
Now let's
I
take
don't wanna-
half a second to talk about this logistically.
Hmm.
What I'm proposing Wednesday and Thursday next week. I'm talking
Is
about a
what?
legit split group.
Oh.
Ooh, that sounds fun. So which days did you say?
Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay. Okay.
Oh man.
So I'm asking who can actually play Thursday?
I don't know until I get my
Depends on-
schedule.
It mostly depends on the time, but I don't have any evening classes, so
Like I'm talking about like just a one shot essentially.
That
yeah, I know,
sounds fun. I want to do that.
Yeah. So
I can do either.
okay, so let's
Unless
just say
I get stores added, I should be fine.
just next week. So Thursday,
I doubt what.
I'm just gonna write down names real fast. Evie, can you play Thursday?
Oh, as long as it's after 3:00.
It'd be same time.
Okay, then yeah.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Callie,
I can pretty much definitely play Wednesday. I will find out about Thursday. I don't know yet.
okay, I'm gonna leave you off for now because I want to do just for sure real quick. Then
Yeah,
we'll keep
yeah.
playing. Raven,
It should be fine. I could play either.
just temp right now. Josh,
Yeah.
shit, and then Frank,
I can play.
and
Either.
then Data.
Either. Both, if possible, but realistic.
Logistically, I don't think that's going to happen.
And
Somebody say
then-
pancakes?
Pancakes. Josh is getting pancakes.
Pancakes are the
Why you
worst.
got all your dice?
All right.
Why you got all your dice?
What up? Daddy needs a lot of dice.
Hi, let's go.
All right. Go have breakfast.
Go get pancakes. Pancakes.
for dinner.
Pancakes.
That's the real deal.
I had pancakes for
Sounds
lunch.
That sounds good. I want pancakes.
I had-
Damn it.
Guys, let's
I'm
go.
not their pancakes.
Guys, we all need to go visit Josh right now and just get some pancakes.
Yeah, I can be there in 10 hours.
Yeah, let's just all head out.
Okay, so who wants to play Wednesday? Because everyone, what's up, Frank?
Me.
Frank. Okay, so I'm gonna put.
It depends on what group I'd be in, honestly.
Sure. Okay, so let's keep talking then. All right. So, Callie, well, let's do this. Callie, do you want to go against Jaconis or Rhalanas?
I will roll a die for this because she's real split on this. So
Mabel wants to kill somebody?
But she wants to save people. So yeah. Okay. So wait, I didn't. Okay. So odd number, Jaconis. Even number, Rhalanas. It's an odd number. So I guess Jaconis.
Yeah.
Jaconis.
Wait, what was the other one? Oh, wait, was the other one going to Leviathan though?
Rhalanas.
Trying to get to Rhalanas one way or another.
Yeah, so Jaconis is going to be Callie, and then I guess Leviathan.
Okay, it was whatever one needs diplomacy, I guess, because I mean that's like the best thing I have.
Well, that'll be Rhalanas.
That would be Rhalanas.
So I should probably do that one then.
Okay.
I guess.
So
I mean, wouldn't we all be going there together to try and find something for both?
Well, that's why I'm confused. So,
well, Jaconis is currently at this exact moment plotting another attack.
Right.
We don't want to give him time to.
Right. So I think so the group's going to split off. One group's going to try to probably bum rush Jaconis.
Okay.
Lay a
The
trap
other
or
group is
something.
going to find out about Rhalanas, possibly get something to help out if we don't finish Jaconis off immediately.
Right.
This is a Zerg rush. It's entirely to keep them from gathering minerals.
Right.
I mean, I've got a pretty high charisma, so.
I have plus 11 persuasion.
Okay, I don't have that.
Yeah. So I'll do whichever one we need diplomacy for then, I guess. So I guess the Rhalanas one.
Mabel just sits there and goes, "Come on, okay."
No, my thinking is Matthias has to do this because he was sent out to stop the hobgoblins, and he's just like, his job is to protect the forest, and now he's on another world, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Okay.
Oh,
Piece of land you're on.
we should have at least one healer
On
in
each
each
team.
group. So
See, the problem I'm seeing with this split, though, is it's going to put me in the fighting group. I'm the only religious one here.
okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's fine. I'll go to the Jaconis one. You can do the other one then.
Well, if you're going there just for healing, like if me and Matthias go for fighting, like that's still 2 healers on the fighting team.
Matthias isn't going for fighting.
No, I'm going for Minroth. Or no,
you're going for
Rhalanas. I need to figure out what the fuck happened because I have no clue what to do with my life at this point.
Okay. Well, I figured that Kaluma is supposed to keep you guys safe, so he is doing his best inarticulately to no, don't split. But ultimately, you'll probably go with the fighting group since expectedly they're the ones in the most danger. They're the ones I have to keep safe.
Right.
Do we want to sort the logistics offline, or I wasn't sure if we were.
No, because I got to set the story up. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do it right now.
So I'm fighting.
So, okay, you're fighting. So
Okay.
Matthias is not fighting, and Tap is going to Rhalanas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
so that leaves
Larix is going to Rhalanas. Well, okay, if Larix is going
Padding
to
can
Rhalanas,
go wherever.
Yeah.
So it'd just be 3 of us going to Rhalanas and the rest stay.
So yeah, if Larix is going to Rhalanas, I'll go with the fighting group then.
So far we've got Frank and Data Jaconis.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and then Evie and Josh Rhalanas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Callie, I got Callie and Raven left. So Callie, where are you going?
I'll
Draconis
go
or
to the
Rhalanas?
Draconis one. Yeah.
Okay, and then you're going to Rhalanas, Raven.
Yeah.
It makes the most sense for him to go to Rhalanas.
Man, so yeah, we need Paddington. We need a front line. We don't have a front line.
Well, yeah, and
Hold on,
Lawrence is
because
the other one
NPCs are
talked
splitting
to
too. So
options.
Mabel's the front line.
NPCs are splitting. We have more than one NPC.
well, watch. Hold on.
Coward.
The king.
Oh, the
Calidar?
king, because his blade thirsts for the blood of Draconis.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to kill him.
Yeah, he has to.
Was he ever attacked directly by Draconis? I don't
No.
think he was.
Spell.
Not directly, but it was a spell.
He
But-
bloodied his blade against him, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he said the sword needs to be
I think
attacked.
it has to. Honestly, I think it has to be hit probably. So I don't know if like a
It has to
area
be,
of effect necessarily would do that.
Vengeance wild card.
Maybe if you hit him with a
With-
specific like a spell attack, but not.
Hey, with that said, we've got about 15 minutes left, so let's. hear
we
the-
can play a little bit later if we have to. I want to make sure I get all this right because you guys are gonna like
Yeah.
what's gonna happen.
We're going to like it.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Kaluma's like, hey, why don't we go to the elves? Like,
This is fun. This is fun. I like. Oh, this will be fun.
This better be the one time in the history of D&D where splitting up gains us an
It's gonna be
advantage.
fun.
I'm excited for this. It sounds fun.
Well, I mean, I've got a backup character, so.
Oh,
So it's all good.
At this point, I have 2 backup characters.
I'll give you guys a
Perhaps
choice.
that.
Well, which group wants Paddington? I'll give you guys that choice no matter what.
I'm biased towards Paddington.
Me too.
I think the fighting group would need him more.
Yeah, I
He's a
think they
good
need
fighter.
more. But we
And
don't know.
Mabel is biased towards Paddington.
Technically, we don't know where we're going to come up against.
However, we do know that guy just leaks that Draconis leaks out those wisdom and charisma saves.
Well,
Although he'd be good on the con save.
yeah.
and
Besides,
Yeah,
Pennington's a fighter, so
well, with that also said, Paddington got banished twice.
You should
Yeah.
probably
wasn't
take
keen to
him.
go back. That's true.
He what?
You should probably
It
take
was
him.
not.
Yeah,
Take him to Rhalanas. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
Paddington?
yeah.
I mean, Calidar is probably stronger. Yeah.
Well, wait, take him to Rhalanas. I was going to say leave him to fight Draconis because he didn't
No,
want
he
to
was-
go back to Rhalanas, right?
No,
Take him because honestly, mechanically, he's not great.
not gonna. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
He gets banished really easily.
Yeah.
this is true.
And Kaluma wants to keep other group like.
So he'd end up with you anyways.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm.
Like you guys be playing, he'd be like, "Guys, I'm so sorry. I just, oh jeez."
He can't take this. He's had enough of that. He can't take that.
I don't think his pride could take any more of that. Yeah.
No, I don't think it could either. That would be rough for him.
Well, at least then we'd be bringing the 3 people who have already talked to Hobson. So that's something.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. That's
There you
true.
go.
That's a good point.
All right. So basically, Paddington's like, we have to split up. That's just the way it's gonna have to be. I say, let's go find the king. There's no other way. We have to listen to me. The way it's gonna have to work. Right now, that bug thing has seen everything we can do. It's plotting out its next attack. It's going to pop in here as soon as possible. We need to go find the king. If wizards, spellcasters, or whatever can pop in and out as fast as they can whenever they want to, we got to go find the king and talk to him about finding his wizard friend and popping in and getting the drop on that guy
So this.
as fast as possible.
Pop in
Okay.
or set a trap. Yeah.
Yes, we split up. I want to tear the exoskeleton off that thing,
Yeah.
but I'm no good in that fight.
Hmm.
I got thrown back twice.
It's okay.
There's no telling what's going to happen.
Yeah.
In that fight, he seemed to be able to handle me extremely well. We need to put him up against as many new people as possible. This is what I think happens. And he looks at Matthias. He goes, I think you and me we head back to Rhalanas. I know that you're tough, but if you're not going to wear metal, he's got a plan for you.
I was already I'm planning on going back to Rhalanas.
He puts a paw on your shoulder and he goes, good, I want you there with me. He says, Tap, you got sent back too. And he looks over at Larix. We all got sent back. Let's just go back. Let's find a way back there. Let's see if this Leviathan guy can send us back. He's just
Kalua breaking down, like, specifically, like, his captain told him, like, keep them together, keep them safe, and it's like, let's split up, let's go do dangerous things. It's like, let's not do that. No, you're wrong. I don't have a counter argument, but this feels wrong.
Yeah. The rest of us,
sorry.
The rest of us, like all of us, let's go find Kaladar, speak with him, and see if we can get this Leviathan guy here. Just get the jump on him now. Let's just get reckless.
Okay.
All right.
So with that, you guys all, are you all rested up? Do you need to rest up real quick?
We need to rest.
Yes.
I need to rest.
Okay.
We need a longer.
The bare minimum. And he kind of chuckles to himself and lays down and goes into the hut.
That was funny.
He goes into the hut.
Yep.
I thought we were already in the hut.
I think you guys are pacing around it, but maybe you guys are already in.
I don't think I can leave the hut.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, we were pacing around. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Thank God.
As soon as you guys, you plop. 8 hours later, you make your way down. You find the king. He's already kind of walking around. He's talking to his best people. He turns around and he says, "What are you doing out of the southern quarters?" And Paddington says, "We need to talk." And once he breaks down his plan and explains, Kaladar kind of smiles and he goes, "Takes me back to the old days." Yeah. Let's get reckless.
This plan does have sort of a Rhalanas ring to it, doesn't it? A little crazy, a little reckless.
Sure.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Sure, whatever.
We will have a good ending for our story.
All right. You want me to get Leviathan here now?
You can?
Since you're asking that question, I'm going to say yes.
Come with me. And so he walks you over back to his throne room. And in the throne room, he walks behind, and he actually has to break open his throne. But
what?
Yeah, he breaks open the throne.
He pulls out his sledgehammer.
He pulls out. There are 3 small beads. These are small little black beads. He looks at them. He pulls one out. It's like about just this small. It's a small little obsidian bead. Looks at it and he says, he's going to be fucking pissed. These are called travel beads. And they can either send you somewhere or bring them here.
Sounds familiar.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I can bring them here.
Can you ask first, or is it just a poof?
It's just a fucking poof, man.
All right, poof away.
Has it happened to him before?
All right.
Let's hope he's not on the toilet.
And you think he can help us with this? Sending us between worlds?
Is this like a fucking gate beat or some shit? Damn.
There's not a lot of wizards out there who can do what this man can do. Let's just hope he doesn't use it against us. He takes a few steps back, takes the pearl, he takes the bead.
Tap out or Tatsu out.
Yeah.
Yes, you may have tap out.
Pulls his arm back, throws the bead down, and we'll pick up next week when we will have another edition of World Walker's Refugees of Rhalanas with special guest Nathan from World Walker's Cog, who will be playing the part of his old character Leviathan.
That's awesome. Sweet.
Next week, we'll be doing a split group on Wednesday. On Wednesday, Frank, Data, and Callie will be joined by Leviathan and Kaladar as they attempt to surprise Jaconis in his lair. On Thursday, Paddington, Evie, Josh, and Raven will attempt to go back and figure out what happened with Rhalanas.
Nice.
So, we'll see you guys all next week.
Me and
What
Frank
the
are only
fuck?
spectators.
All right, later on. Wait, what happened?
Oh.
Wait, you said who's spectators? Did I miss
Just
one?
him and Frank, he said.
What? I didn't say no spectators. I said fuck.
No, he just said it was him and Frank. That's what he said.
Many spectators will die.
Oh. No, yeah.
Sure,
So
we'll just say. Yeah.
But yeah, Nathan. I talked to Nathan. He's gonna be playing with us. So
That'll be cool. That'll be cool.
all right, and yeah, Nathan's character Leviathan has an artifact that I think you guys are gonna be really surprised to see. So it's gonna be really interesting.
Ooh.
It's a,
Oh
it's a-
wait. No,
it's
not
a
good.
magic dog.
All right, next week.
It's a world walking amulet.
Next week, yeah, double feature. We'll see you guys next week. Later on.
Sweet.
Later on.
Later.